Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the weekly review at Sean's Rock. I am Sean the Key Notorious, and of course, I am joined along with.
And it's your boy Ciroc the Mike. Happy Friday again.
Oh man, it's another Friday, and now just to let you know, we're not going to start doing our shows on Friday, but hey, sometimes that's just the way it works.
I'm not mad at it though.
I mean, it keeps you out of trouble. Kind of keeps you out of trouble. I ain't
Exactly.
gonna lie, it keeps you out of trouble. Keeps you out of.
You go out? No.
Yeah, especially right now with everything going on in Evo, everyone's kind of like, I don't know about that right now.
Don't come here though.
Yeah.
Don't come here at all.
Yeah, we don't want you bringing out that riffraff here. Keep it there. Keep it there.
Before we start, just want to say Happy Veterans Day.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy Veterans Day to all other veterans that are out there. Yes.
If you guys don't know, Sean is an actual veteran. I'm more of a Call of Duty type of veteran. You got to practice before you actually get out there in the field. But yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really have Call of Duty to practice before I went into the Army. I'm just saying we had something like AA Army or something, but wasn't as good. Wasn't as good.
Yep, I hear that. Anyway, shout out to all the vets out there, and keep doing what you do, and make sure if you're struggling, go get some help, right? Because that's a big thing.
Yeah, definitely go get help. And we know, and the vets out there, they all know, the number 22. That's keep it tight. Check in with your friends, check with your buddies. Especially around this time, it's when a lot of us start doing a lot of thinking. So check in on us. Make sure you do that.
Exactly.
But with that being said, as you can tell, before we do the rundown, we are in another location. Where are we at?
We're in Abu Dhabi, Dubai right now. You see the hookahs behind it? No, I'm just kidding. We're at Vibes Vapor Smoke Shop. Sorry, I always get the names mixed up. Over here in Riverview. This is our second time here, actually.
Yes.
Big shout out to them for donating their time, especially on a Friday night. I'm sure they want to get out and do what most people do on the weekends. But hopefully we can get some type of partnership going. We do have some things in the works. Sean, obviously, you know more about that than I do.
Yeah. So we do have something in the works. Just so you do know, starting this month, we're gonna have a monthly contest. We're actually bring one of their employees in to share more information regarding that. But we're gonna have a monthly contest where Vibes is actually gonna be giving away to the customer. An item, a nicely priced item as well.
Nicely priced. Now, this ain't a free-for-all. You can't just come in here and start grabbing,
No, not a free-for-all. You got to come in. There's going to be, of course, and we'll explain it in the show, what you got to do. But, Justin, this is a contest you want to join because, hey, who doesn't like free?
Who doesn't like free?
I mean, come on.
Diseases. You don't want those.
Yeah. Those are free, but you can keep that.
That's a scam. Don't do that.
But other things. I mean, I'll even take a free soda. I don't even drink soda. But I like free.
I like free. It's free. It's for me. What do we got on the rundown today?
All right. So on the rundown today, it's gonna be a pretty good rundown today.
Yeah.
So as everyone knows, Michigan's got some trouble going on. So we're gonna talk about what's going on with Michigan. And big news happened as of just a few hours ago. So we're gonna even discuss that too.
Right.
We're gonna discuss the Marvels and how some people are having an adverse reaction to a movie that's not even released yet. We're going to discuss that a little bit. And, of course, everyone knows about, this is football season. Everyone's watching football. But before we talk about football, we're going to talk about basketball. Yeah, that's right. Basketball has started, but they have this thing now called an in-season tournament.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. I mean, the prize money alone will keep people playing. I'm telling you, that's why they're playing.
The prize money will retire most people.
Yeah, it would. It would. I mean, I ain't going to lie to you. And each player gets that much. That's crazy. That's crazy. We'll explain more during that segment of the show about what you get. And, of course, we have what to Florida. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump into today's top story.
Oh, man.
Or first story, I should say.
Well, it pains me to say this.
Yes, I know you're a Michigan fan.
I'm a big Michigan fan, born and raised. And, just like any other state, you probably have two major colleges. Ours is Michigan and Michigan State. Down here, you got Florida State, and Miami as well, but they seem to be irrelevant lately.
They were big, and all of a sudden they went poof. It's like, what happened?
Yeah, so if you're not a sports fan, you're probably unaware, but I'm sure it's creeped through the grapevines. But Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh, brother of John Harbaugh, in the NFL. I think he's still coaching the Ravens.
Oh, yeah, he's still coaching the Ravens. He's still him and Lamar are still doing their thing up there.
Yeah. So, his brother actually might not be too far behind him. I'm kind of worried he might go back to the NFL.
That's the thing. Not to cut you off, but that's the thing. I don't know if you listen to ESPN radio or ESPN period. But during football season, I listen to a lot of ESPN. It's just football's my thing, and I do. And that has been this story for the past really 3 weeks, but for the past 2 weeks, that has been the top story that everyone's talking about.
Yeah.
This whole sign stealing thing. But before they even got into before they even got into that, they're talking about, oh, well, it doesn't even matter because he's already got this team to this far, and now NFL teams are looking at him and, hey, look, you ready to come back to the NFL? Because for those who don't know,
cheat all you want in the NFL.
Because for those who don't, yeah, pretty much. Because those who don't know, he was a coach in the NFL before he dropped back down to coaching college football.
Exactly.
It used to be the Harbaugh Bowl. Remember that?
The Ravens versus I think the
49ers. Yep, Ravens versus 49ers. It's called the Harbaugh Bowl. I mean, they played each other too. It was a good game. It was a pretty good game.
The power went out at halftime at that game. I remember.
One time, yes,
a little bit.
Yeah, it did. It was crazy.
So those of you, like I said, that don't know, Jim Harbaugh is actually a Michigan alumni. Played. He was a QB. Played on the football team a couple decades ago.
He was a quarterback. See, I thought he was a wide receiver.
Man. He was a quarterback.
See, those quarterbacks, their minds are a little different.
Yeah, and he's been a catalyst for a lot of the talent that's been recruited. Most recently, NFL, Aiden Hutchinson, he got drafted number 2, I think, last 2022 draft. Either way, he's, over the past couple years, he's brought the team all the way back up to, the national scale.
To number 3.
Yeah.
They ranked number 3. I mean, when we first started, just to say how far they've come, when we first started this show 3 years ago, I used to give you crap about the fact that your team was nowhere in to talk about anything national championship. They weren't even talking about even going into the even bowls. They were just like Michigan who?
Exactly.
Now that was 3 years ago. And yes, I'm a Clemson fan. I'm a big Clemson fan. We have not had a good season this year, but hey, that happens. Michigan in the last 2 years have went from
shit to fit. That's what I call it.
Pretty much.
Shit to fit.
Pretty much. I mean, they went from who to if you're going to talk about who's going to win the national championship, you got to talk about Michigan. Michigan's in the conversation now, and that's something that's
right.
That's telling.
So, so this has actually been this season. I mean, actually, this stems all the way back to last year. So, obviously, the NCAA, Big Ten are not huge fans of Jim Harbaugh.
No, they're not.
It is what it is. Once you start winning games and you get a name for yourself, you get some attention. You're going to get scrutinized by your peers and your competition. So, back at the beginning of the season, Harbaugh was suspended, I believe, 3 or 4 games for recruiting violations. Which, if you're not in college, you probably don't care about that. But there are certain rules to where, you want to make it fair for all the teams to be able to recruit all at the same time. He did his time. His team, my team, our team, still steamrolled, the competition while he was gone. Now, as of late, this report is a little bit more serious. So, if you're not familiar, if you watch a football game and they ever cut to the sidelines on the camera, you'll usually, especially in college football, you'll see some of the staff members holding up signs, and signs are used for, communication from the sideline to the players on the field for, formations, audibles.
Plays.
Basically,
it's your play. It's
your
play. And here's the thing, and because a lot of our listeners, I'm sure, watch NFL, and in NFL, you're used to the fact that you see the quarterback do this number, and it's because he's getting the signals and everything. They actually have an in-helmet communication system.
They don't have that in college, do they?
College and below does not have that.
Okay.
So that's why you get used to your sign and your signals, and that's part of the problem.
Right. Now, me personally, the NCAA, I'm not a fan of. I'm so happy for the players that are getting the NIL deals, finally getting some money off of their actual talents.
But what about the ones who aren't getting money but
get good?
But those are good. Wouldn't be as good as they are without the other players.
That's true. But either way, even if there were no NIL deals, they'd still be in the same position. You know what I mean?
It's
now
true.
It's just the opportunity. It's motivation. At least from my standpoint, that'd be motivation for me. If I was sitting next to another 18-year-old and he got a $1 million FUBU deal. I don't know why I said FUBU.
Where'd you even get FUBU from? I mean, really?
I was
really?
on Shark Tank before this.
Were you thinking like Fila or something? I mean, where were you going with that? Where were you going?
I think FUBU's on its way back. But yeah, so that that was a big debate for many years, decades, especially with the video games, NCAA putting
It's
athletes
been,
on the cover.
yeah,
And they don't
that
get
was
nothing
big.
for
That
it.
was big. I mean, and that game sold what, millions of copies a year.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you would have the player's number on the back of a player. Player looked just like him,
Right.
but wouldn't have a name.
Number 25.
Number 25.
25 is fast.
You knew who he was.
Yeah.
They made him look just like him, but the player did not get a dime from that.
Can you
Not
imagine?
a penny.
Can you imagine if it was really like that? Like we'd watch the NFL draft, like the Chicago Bears select number 25 out of USC.
No name, no nothing, just 25.
25.
All right, and the Nets went up 42. We
Yeah.
won 42.
42 set. But anyway, so that's what signs are used for. It's just a tool for communication, and every team does it. And you can switch them up. I mean,
Yes.
at the end of the day, most QBs on a Division I level, at least in my opinion, should be able to know the plays, read defenses. You know, not great, but good enough to make on-the-fly decisions. Now, one of the staff members on Michigan team who actually has been
He's left the team
He
now.
left before he got fired, that type of deal. Was apparently seen at multiple games.
Connor Stallions was his
Connor
name.
Stallion, my man. Whew.
Yeah, he's a retired he was a retired captain in the U.S. Marines. Who worked as a recruiting analyst, and his position was as a recruiting analyst for the school.
So he's good as what he does, obviously.
Well, I mean, the way he got the job. Let's tell you a little about the guy who Harbaugh is the center of this, but this is the left center. I guess
Right.
this is the guy right next to him.
Right.
So the Stallions, lifelong Michigan fan. This is actually written by the Guardian. This is actually where it came from. So if you want to know more about it, you can go to the Guardian and look up the story. But the Stallions, this is as written, is a lifelong Michigan fan who presented a 600-page Michigan manifesto to the school before being hired as a volunteer. He volunteered to get the
That's
position.
creepy. If I'm hiring him, I'm like, bro, this is too much. I don't know if we.
I know,
you're
600 pages.
You're overqualified.
So, I
for
mean,
this
a
position.
little bit. That's a little bit. So he joined the staff full time prior to the 2022 season. So he didn't even have a job here for that long.
Right.
And in text revealed by Sports Illustrated, Stallions boasted of signing and his close relationship with Michigan staff. I've grown up my entire life with a vision to coach football at Michigan. Stallions told Soldiers to Sidelines in 2022, which is a publication. Obviously, Soldiers to Sidelines is a military publication. So that's who he is. In a small nutshell, he's a captain who's a big Michigan, retired captain.
American heroes is what he is.
who caused a lot of headache for Jim Harbaugh. But anyway, that's who he is, as you were saying.
Yeah. So, it's almost like
It's not illegal, by the way.
It's not illegal.
So sign stealing, just so people understand, is not illegal per se. Now, once the season starts, then it becomes a banned practice. But leading up to the game, all the way up to the game, and this is what the NCAA calls it, the game within the game.
The game within the game.
It is the game within the game.
Prophecy.
But once scouting starts, you can't do it anymore.
Right.
Problem
so you just
was-
gotta act like you never did it before.
Never did it before. Problem is there's many, many videos. I don't know if you've seen any or not, but many videos of this guy with these shades on and his hat. Now, the hat he's wearing is always of the team whose sideline he's on. He's not on Michigan's side. Obviously, he's not on Michigan's sideline.
Well, he's on the sideline.
He's on the sideline of the team.
That's a security issue for all these schools he got to. Because you didn't tell me they got a random dude just on the sideline. Like, imagine if we just went to the Bucks game Sunday and I was like, I think I'm gonna go down to the sidelines. I can't see too well from here.
So the shades he had on, they said that the shades kept lighting up. So they're like, oh, so they were camera shades. He's recording everything.
Ray-Bans, some Snapchat shades.
One time, and
He's snapping Jim Harbaugh like, yo, you get my snap?
And this is at night too, by the way. He got these things on at night too, doing this. Come on now, who's wearing sunglasses at night on the sideline of a football game?
That's cocky right there.
Come on, you're asking for it. Now another video.
I'm blind. I can't even see.
Another video that happened. Now this is funny. Is a play ends and the player's is basically getting bowled over to where he's at. He's got to move out of the way, so he's moving, and he realizes, oh wait, if this player is coming this way, that means there's a camera pointing right to me. So he grabs his hat, pulls it down like this. To our listeners who cannot see, I'm literally yanking my head down,
like this,
like cover my whole face
Thanks
with
for
my
the
hat.
plays, like this.
Yeah.
Thanks for the plays.
And he covered his whole face with his hat, and he like just kept stepping back, like, "Oh, get out!"
Yeah,
get
this
camera
guy
off
was a
me.
Marine. He get kicked out. He get dishonorable discharge because he's doing some like rookie stuff right here.
No, I mean, he's honorable. Got an honorable discharge. He retired out, but still, this guy was something else.
He must have been real cocky.
He was something else.
Because I imagine, like, because, Central Michigan was one of the teams that, obviously reported the situation. But, like, if I'm Connor, I'm like, we're just going to beat y'all anyway. Like, what? You think y'all was going to beat us because I know y'all played?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's Central Michigan.
Right.
Why is that the one that you have to go to when you know most likely there's a hard chance? It would be super difficult, improbable for them to beat you, and yet this is the one that you go to and get called at the most.
Exactly.
What are you thinking?
And a few of these teams actually were. I mean, they say they were aware. So like I said, this is nothing new with the sign stealing or I mean,
it's part of.
That's
like
the
I said,
reason when you're watching NFL or a college game, the coaches, you notice they always have the player covering half their face, because they're aware. But then again, they have hundreds of plays. So it's kind of pointless to try to figure that out.
Did you hear what Deion Sanders said about the whole scandal?
Deion Sanders, what?
Okay, so Deion Sanders, coach of the Colorado Buffaloes. Excuse me. He came out and said, "I could have the whole playbook of someone else's team. I could have
on the Jumbotron.
On the Jumbotron. I can know every play that they're going to call. Problem is, I still got to stop it.
Exactly.
And if I can't stop it, what does it matter?
Exactly.
And he said this, and this is a very true point. Baseball, and to a point even basketball. If you know everything that they're about to do, well, not really basketball, but baseball and certain others. If you know everything that the other team is about to do, yeah, you have a good chance of stopping it.
Right.
In football, there's too many variables. Way too many variables to really stop it. Because let's say okay, this guy's going to do a cover 2 man on defense. So we're going to do a shotgun. Okay. As soon as you call hike, though, your quarterback's going to go, no, we're not doing that. Stem his feet. Completely different play.
Or hide your plays better.
Hide your plays better.
Like I'll wrap this up real quick, but just like with Philadelphia, the Eagles, the NFL team, they have this year they been getting a lot of attention for their the brotherly push.
Oh yes,
the 4th and 1, the 4th and 2, right?
They want to ban it.
Coming.
All the other teams want to ban this thing, by the way, because it works. That's why we want to ban it, because it works.
Well, play better defense. Stop getting them down. Saying. Stopping them at the 1 yard line and letting them.
You got to get if your O-line, if your D-line is bigger than their O-line, which is kind of what that happens, is
get good.
You got to get lower. You got to get lower. Stop him, because every single time he's coming over the top. I saw it this past weekend, and they did it. Yeah. So often he's coming right over, and he's getting that first down, or he's getting that touchdown. Because guess what? He can squat almost 600 freaking pounds.
Yeah. Why is he playing quarterback? He should be out there blocking for the skilled players. So, anyways, fast forward to today. So today is November 10th, and the reason I brought up the date because this is ongoing, and Jim Harbaugh ended up getting the NCAA found enough to. Make a decision and getting suspended the rest of the regular season, from what I think.
No, they said rest of the season. So, so even if they make it to championship, he still can't coach.
All right, so, that sucks. However, he can still coach the team. He just can't be at games.
Right, he can't coach on game days.
On campus or whatever, at the field. Now, in my mind, I was like, okay, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, what do I do? You know what I do? I rent a helicopter and I just hover over the field and just call plays from there.
You don't even got to do that. Look, man, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, this is what I'm doing. Hey, my assistant coach, you're right. You're coaching. Put this in your ear.
Right.
All right.
Right.
I'm going to be in the team room watching the game.
I'm right at the property line.
Yeah. I'm watching this game. Every play I tell you to play, you better call that play.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's been a lot of pushback. And, obviously our competition in the Big Ten, Ohio State, the Nebraskas, the Rutgers, I don't even know why they name a football team.
Yeah, but, why do you even name Rutgers, man? I mean, when you said Ohio State, yes, because that's the one that everyone's like, okay, everyone's thinking it's going to be Michigan and Ohio State. Yeah. That's what everyone's thinking.
Rutgers is that team, like, when you get, like, the schedule, before the season starts, you just automatically just put a W next to
Yeah,
it.
pretty much. I mean,
It's like W.
I mean, Rutgers hasn't been good since what, like early 2000s, late 90s.
Since,
I mean,
I don't know.
it's been a minute. It's been a long minute since Rutgers
Prohibition or
has been
something.
any kind of conversation.
So the punishment was found out today as they head
That's
to
the current punishment
the current punishment.
because it's still under investigation.
It could change. As they were on the plane heading to Happy Valley for their tomorrow's game Saturday against Penn State. So a lot still up in the air. This is an ongoing story. And obviously at the end of the day, it's fuel for the players.
Yes,
right?
it is.
Because they've already dealt with it at the beginning of the season.
They've been dealing with this whole past 3 weeks.
Yeah,
and still getting wins.
And honestly, they're undefeated. They know what to do. Yeah, it's good to have your coach there, but this is a well-oiled machine and team to where they can get it done without the head coach. So
This is a team he started as soon as he took the position at Michigan. They said this is the team that I'm going to make.
Exactly.
It takes years to make a good team, and he did it. Especially when in college, because you have got constant players constantly leaving and coming in, especially with the transfer portal. The fact that he worked so hard to keep enough players, good players, to make this team what it is 3 years later, that's something. That's just telling.
exactly. And to the competition, hide your plays better. I don't know. Recruit better athletes. Whatever. Obviously, I'm biased.
Yeah, I mean, the hat, people. The hat.
All right.
Let's move on.
Let's move on. Next up, you want to get this one?
All right, so we are going to talk a little bit about.
All right, nerds, cover your ears.
Yeah.
Just skip the next 15 minutes.
So we're gonna talk about the Marvels. All right. Now, I haven't seen the movie. You haven't seen the movie. You know why? Because it's not out yet. It doesn't come out to. I think it's this weekend when it comes out. I'll check and see on that. But it's not out yet. So, Let's talk about the good stuff first. Before we get to Bass, let's talk about the good stuff. So, the Marvels, of course, is gonna have
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson. She's reprising her role as Marvel, Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
Is there Mr. Marvel?
No, Mr. Marvel. Actually, there is a Mr. Marvel, but it's funny.
Work.
He's in DC. He's only in DC Comics. There's no Mr. Marvel in Marvel Comics. He's only in DC Comics.
Oh,
It's kind of
okay.
funny how that works.
You think he'd be like, babe, can you get that?
Yeah, I know,
They're
right?
arguing over there at that planet. Can you
Handle that for
one?
me. Yeah. But all right, so now she is going to be joined. Now this is no spoiler alert. This is the stuff that has been released over the commercials, and if you read a little bit, you can find this stuff out. So there's no spoiler alerts here, but
November 10th. Actually, it came out. It's out today.
it came out today. Oh, okay. Hey, look, go see the movie. But look, it's an introduction to other Marvels. Now, here's the thing: they're all female. They're all
nothing
female.
wrong with that.
There's 4 of them. I believe it's 4 of them. There's 3 of them. 3 of them.
3, 4.
There's 3 of them. All right, they're all women. There's an African American woman, of course, Brie Larson, and then there's
I think she's not Asian.
I think she's Hispanic. I think she's Hispanic, or Latin. Indian. She's Indian. Okay, I'm sorry. She's Indian. So they're trying to hit the trifecta. But now the black woman, the African American woman, you've seen her already if you watched the
series.
It was the series with Wanda Maximoff.
WandaVision.
WandaVision. If you watch WandaVision,
I didn't see that one.
Oh, you should. It's good. It's really good. If you watch that, then you now have seen the black woman. And here's a funny thing about the black woman: she's actually was in another one, and actually in another movie, but as a child. And so that's how she kind of keeps getting reintroduced over and over again.
She's been in it.
She's been in it for a minute.
Okay.
Right. Now the Indian woman who's playing the other Marvel, who gets the Marvel powers, her thing, which is kind of funny, is she got her own series. Before she even got to the movie, they gave her a series.
Yeah,
and
I think it was just called The Marvels.
it's called Miss Marvel.
Okay,
it's on Disney Plus. I'll admit I've only watched part of one episode. It's not because I hate it. I don't hate it, but it is geared towards a younger audience.
Right, and keep in mind,
They're trying to hit a lot of people. I mean,
yeah, and it's like I'm not. I think one of the big issues is I'm not a huge comic book fan. I kind of wish I was. I just didn't have interest when I was a kid. I think part of the problem is, I enjoyed watching the the Infinity series, the Captain Americas, the Iron Man, the Spider-Man, the
Avengers,
Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think everybody did, to be honest.
Oh yeah, that was great. I mean, it became $1 billion industry.
Exactly. So once you had the Infinity War movie, then the Endgame movie, that was like peak Marvel. It was great.
Endgame. I mean, even now, I will still go back and watch.
Yeah.
like the last hour in game, just because if I'm bored, I don't really want to see like some stuff really
I'm bored, I
happen.
got 3 hours to spare.
I'm gonna watch a little end game. I mean, that movie was done so
was
well.
good. It was
They did a really good job. I mean, watching them both together really sets it off. Those last two, but end game was just
Right. And,
masterful.
Once that had ended, I think afterwards, our expectations are going to be based off of Endgame.
Yes, it is.
So anything that's not up to that tier is going to be considered a flop or a disappointment. Now, there's been plenty.
Spider-Man: Far From Home, which came out right after Endgame, it was considered a non-success. Even though it made huge millions of dollars, it was considered a non-successful movie to other Marvel fans because it didn't reach up to what Endgame did.
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
mean,
sorry,
Spider-Man is only one person. How much can he do?
Exactly. You're not
He's a
getting
friendly neighborhood
all
Spider-Man.
the Avengers. You gotta realize how much went into just getting all these actors,
Right.
A-list actors, in the same movie at the same time to do and no one get the big head.
Yep.
That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, and in this past year, 2023, and a little, the end of 2022, you had a couple of flops. I mean, who had their own movie? Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, that wasn't
His
that
number
good.
2 was.
That one.
Oh
I mean,
my
I
God.
watched the movie. It
was
wasn't.
strange.
It wasn't a bad movie, but it wasn't. It wasn't the first one. The first one I thought was better.
Exactly. I liked Black Panther 2, but I didn't think it was great.
But that's no one's fault. Black Panther 2 would have been a huge success, but the lead character, I mean,
Exactly.
Chadwick
He's
Boseman,
not here.
he's not here. Unfortunately, he passed away, and that's what it is. And they worked with what they had, and with what they had, I think they did a really good job. Now, I will admit, spoiler alert, by the way, if you haven't seen it, I don't like the fact they killed the queen. I liked her.
Oh,
I liked her
yeah.
character. I liked what she brought, like
Right.
that motherly presence to this movie.
Right.
Like a guiding force. Like, yes, she could be evil at times where you think she's evil.
Yeah, she could be.
But she, at the end of the day, all she's doing is just trying to protect her kingdom.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you had Black Panther. You had Shang-Chi.
I like
Legend of the Ten
Shang-Chi.
Rings.
That was a good movie.
You had.
I don't know why that didn't do so good. I thought Shang-Chi was a good. I even watched that. I've watched that movie 3 times now.
I haven't seen it.
The one thing I will tell you that I liked about it more than other Marvel movies. Marvel is nothing but superheroes, so superpowers. You got things flying out of their hands. You got missiles and stuff. Shang-Chi, Legend of the Ten Rings. What I liked about it is it kind of brought back
It's a normal dude.
just normal kung fu, pop, pop, pop.
Yeah.
that kind of moves. And I'm a Bruce Lee fan. I grew up with Bruce Lee. I mean, I'm a Bruce Lee fan.
Okay.
I like kung fu. I like
do
seeing
too,
all
man.
that. I like seeing all that stuff going on and all that. And when that first scene happened between him and his sister, I was like, oh boy, these.
I'm just gonna pretend like I know what happened. But
like
the way that sounded.
it was awesome. It was awesome. Like the bus scene was great, but the scene between him and his sister, that one, I was like, oh, they just kicking butt.
I haven't seen it, and that came out. Miss Marvel came out, and then a slew of Disney Plus spinoff. You had the WandaVision. You had
all the series, Loki.
Loki is probably the best one.
See, Loki is really good.
You
Don't get
had
me wrong.
what's the bow and arrow guy?
Oh, Hawkeye. And I see that one I watched. That bored me.
Yeah, like he just seemed like a regular dude.
I was bored with that one.
Who can hit with bow and arrows?
And then the woman they picked that's going to be his replacement or whatever. Nothing against her. She was a good
throw
actress.
knives or something?
Don't she? Same bow and arrows.
What they got against guns?
But I don't know. They need something because they don't have any superpowers and they have a bow and arrow.
Can you imagine?
There's only 20 arrows in a quiver.
Can you imagine getting killed by Hawkeye by a bow? Like you better, what happened? Oh,
Look,
you're not gonna believe it, man.
I couldn't get Hulk
That
to pick me up.
Yeah, that stupid dude was shooting arrows all over the place. It caught me in my artery and I bled out, and nobody could hear me scream.
Oh, what happened to you? Oh, Hulk picked me up, threw me 500
Yeah.
feet. That was it.
I don't
Oh!
Yeah, like you could just easily just shoot Hawkeye, and it's like, oh, that's one less Avenger I got to worry about. But yeah, so a lot of films have been made and series as well. So if you watch, I don't want to bring it back to Endgame, but Captain Marvel, had an appearance in there. So Brie Larson, she also has her own movie called Mrs. Marvel, I believe. So this is like, this movie that just came out today. So, you're always going to have those Marvel fanboys, or even if they're not
Yes.
fanboys, you're always gonna have pushback when there's.
No, I think you said it right. They're fanboys because if the way they're acting, I'm sorry, your boy, your boy
right.
at that point. Anyway.
You want they want a male being the hero, strong, fast, whatever, has powers. And I think it's just, a lot of insecure guys were rubbed the wrong way when they probably were pissed when they found out Captain Marvel is literally the strongest one.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Like wait, the strongest in the universe is a woman?
Exactly.
Oh, I'm changing the channel. Yes, she's a woman. Get over it.
Some egos were bruised, but the thing is, when you go in these forums and on like Reddit and all these sites to where it's just like a domino effect, and and this is all before the movie came out, by the way.
I mean, X, which is formerly Twitter, that is like the worst to go on. I mean, Reddit is bad, but it's like on X, it's like no one cares anymore. I'm just gonna say whatever I want to say,
right?
And they're allowed to because of now who owns X, Elon Musk. He doesn't care, so they get out there and say all types of hateful, misogynistic, just. Oh my God!
Yeah, it's like like get over it. Like it's
one.
What do you think?
For one, let's just put the cards on the table. It's make believe.
It's not even real.
It's not
these
real.
People don't exist.
I mean, come on.
I mean, none of these people exist. I've never seen somebody fly and fight other people from other.
Fly through a ship and be okay. Doesn't happen. It's not happening. It's make believe. Get over yourselves, people.
The comic books. I mean, like remember, started as like just a nice little entertaining story. Like you don't have to get mad because somebody that doesn't exist did something that didn't even happen back in a time that wasn't even there. Like, come on, like enjoy. Like these actors work just as hard as anybody.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, these women have to, I'm sure, jump through plenty hoops.
Oh yes.
And have to be 10 times as good as their male counterpart. And it's just like when you go into it.
I mean, think about it. She's the most powerful person in the universe, right?
Yeah.
Iron Man is the most popular superhero in that universe.
He like Batman's like cousin.
But think about who Brie Larson was before she got the role. She was pretty. She was an A-list actress who had to keep that role.
Right.
Robert Downey Jr. before he got his role at Iron Man. Do you remember what happened? What he was going through?
He was. I remember him from Tropic Thunder.
Okay, well, before Tropic Thunder and all that, he was in and out of rehab for doing drugs, and they couldn't stop and all that stuff. Now think about it. He got the biggest role of his life, of most people's life.
Yeah, he pretty much saved the Marvel, like the superhero genre.
Yeah, because it was shaky because of all the things going on with X-Men and everything, and because the last few X-Men movies just kind of bombed, So he was helping save it, and he did a good job. But Brie Larson had to be on her P's and Q's to get her role.
Right.
This guy was in and out of rehab, off of pills and everything else, and he just falls into the role.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, and I don't, and this is, I didn't look this up. I don't know. This is off the top of my head, but like, I would hope that her other like cast members that have been involved with, the whole Marvel series throughout the years are like, supporting their fellow actors.
I believe so.
Out there, promoting it and doing everything they can, because it's like, it's one, from our standpoint, if it's us, we just make a movie, it's probably going to be good. It's people are, they know what to expect. But, when you flip the script and it's the females that are the lead roles, they got to, get through the shit before the movie even comes out. I mean, everybody already thinks like it could be the best movie ever. I mean, this could be like
I remember
Shawshank Redemption good.
So I remember way back in the day, Catwoman with Halle Berry. Okay, So I remember when they came out, it was announced that Halle Berry is going to be Catwoman. People lost their ever loving minds. What? You got a black woman? For one, a woman.
Cat.
Playing Catwoman? Oh no, it's supposed to be Michelle Pfeiffer. It's supposed to be so and so.
It's not a real person.
Thank you. And this keeps going on. I'm like, people, if you want this person to be the person you want to be, guess what? It's make believe. Imagine it in your head. You'll be okay.
Listen,
you'll be okay.
If there's ever a spinoff for like a Donald Trump show, I'm auditioning.
Yeah, I know.
I don't care, whatever. Like,
paint my hair orange.
I'm here. Can you imagine like the cast or like the writers when I go in my audition? Like, I'm auditioning for the role of Donald Trump, please. Like, are you serious?
Yes, I am.
I'm very serious. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't been in the movies in a while, so I'll probably wait till it comes out on one of the streaming services. But I hope it does well. And,
No,
it's
I will probably because my son and I we have this tradition about seeing Marvel movies, and we don't see every Marvel movie together. Certain ones don't. Now we did see every Avengers movie together, all Avengers because that was our thing. And hopefully when they do the next set of Avengers, which they're going to do, then we'll pick that tradition back up.
Revengers.
Yeah, but now I will see this one, and I'll probably see this one with him because this one is supposed to be the change up for Marvel. That's why they've got these three women. Brie Larson allegedly won't be reprising her role as Captain Marvel for too much longer because the baton is essentially getting. Spoiler alert!
Get tired of saving the universe.
The baton is getting passed to the African American woman who's going to be the new Captain Marvel.
I can't wait. She's gonna change. She's gonna change it up. And I'll leave it at this. Remember, at the end of the day, ask yourself, what would Stan Lee do?
Oh man, think about it. Stan Lee is the one who made reason why you have Superman and then you have Black Superman. Stan Lee. Reason why back in the 60s all you had the Green Arrow, then you had the Black Green Arrow. All he did was put a black in front of the person's name. Him and Jack Kirby. Let me put that out. It's not just Stan Lee. Jack Kirby did as well. But all they do is put black in front of the name and then make the character. I'm not even mad at it because guess what? During that time, they didn't want to see us in print anyway. So hey, do what you got to do.
Exactly.
Black Power.
You know what I mean? Shadow Warrior. Like he's invisible when the sun is down, but he has no powers. Like I don't know how he does it.
I mean, I think one of the oldest African American superheroes has got to be Blade.
Oh, I was gonna say Frederick Douglass. I'm kidding.
But no, I think Blade's one of the oldest ones, and he's been through so many.
He better be.
Changes.
He have vampire. He's been living forever.
So the Blade now looks like Wesley Snipes' character from Blade, but the Blade before Wesley Snipes had that character, he was like this guy who like a what's the word, like a fancy wrestler. Think of a wrestler that's got a fur coat but not a fur coat, but like a big cape and fancy hair and
comes in a tuxedo,
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that was him before, and then he changed. Snipes gets the role, and they're like, "Oh, hey, let's make a little more less Snipes." And
the classy superhero.
The classy superhero. you're gonna have Joanna Man come after you.
Joanna Man.
Yeah, you gotta have him come in.
Joanna Man. All right. Moving on.
But hey, look. Last thing I'll say about this, and then we move on. Go see the movie.
Go see the movie.
It's Marvel. It's going to be good.
Or wait till
it comes out on Disney Plus.
Yeah, it will.
But see the movie. Even their bad movies are still good.
Right.
Doctor Strange wasn't a great movie, but guess what? It was still a good movie.
Exactly.
So go see the movie. You're going to enjoy it and support your other half.
Doctor Strange 2. It can't get no worse than that.
Yeah, I'm a man. And it was still a good movie. So go see the movie. You're going to enjoy it.
Watch next week's show. I'll be like, oh, it can get worse than
that.
I
know, right? Yeah.
Well, I hope it does well. Oh, man.
Moving on, you want to, we'll both kind of jump on this one. So moving on to the last kind of story we have for you today. So I've said, how many times have I said so now? Like 5 times in that one little thing. I said so like 5 different times. So. Anyway, no, but NBA in-season tournament is going on right now. This is football season for most of us, but
the NBA is
making some changes.
Taking a book out of the college playbook.
Yes, they are. They're like, hey, let's get some more viewers. We're going to do something. And Adam Silver did something. Adam Silver, commissioner of NBA. He has come up with the in-season tournament.
Yep.
This thing is crazy. I'm even watching this thing because it's one and done. You don't there's no tournament. It's not like 3 out of 2 games or whatever. I'm sorry, 2 out of 3 games on that. You lose, you're out. That's it.
Out of
the tournament.
NBA.
Well, no, the tournament. You're out of the tournament. But if you win the tournament,
you're out of the NBA. Your team is done.
You win the tournament. You're thinking, well, it's not the NBA championship, so who cares? That's what I was thinking. That's really what I was thinking. Like, who cares? If I won the championship trophy, who cares about some in-season tournament that I'm just playing this to make someone else's pockets fatter?
It's weird. It's a basketball tournament during the basketball regular season.
Yes.
So it's just more basketball games.
It's just more basketball games. But they're playing harder. And let me tell you how I can explain they're playing harder. The score between the Warriors game, it was Warriors and who were they playing? Nuggets. 141 to 136.
First of all, Does defense not exist anymore in the NBA?
Come on.
140 some points? That sounds like 3 games.
Seriously, like 100. We were out, me and buddy. We were sitting, watching the Knicks game, and that score got pretty high for a Knicks game. That score got pretty high. But we were sitting watching that. He's sitting there checking the score in the Golden State game because they wasn't televised where we were, and I'm sitting there going, the score was just climbing. It was 128, then 130, then 104. I'm like, what is going on in this game? I mean, really? I'm telling you, we're soon gonna have 150, 160 point games. That's insane.
Yeah, no wonder.
That's insane.
No wonder the star players have that. Always talk about that load management. Like you scoring 160 some points.
Yeah,
that's too. Back in the 90s, it'd be like 67 to 72, and that was a high scoring game. Now it's 100 and something to 100 and something. That's almost twice as much basketball. So I mean, I get it. I like Adam Silver's ideas, right? Because it brings some flair. The past couple years. I mean, I haven't really watched basketball, to be honest, since Kobe retired. So it's hard for me to keep up with the who's who. First of all, it's crazy LeBron is still even playing right now.
20 years. 20 years in the league. That's crazy to think. I remember because I've actually visited Cincinnati before he got drafted, and everyone in that town was talking about him. I mean, everybody was talking about him. I didn't even know who the kid was
LeBron James?
Until I got to Cincinnati. People were like, "Oh yeah, we got this kid here," and he was the talk of the town.
We got this man-child.
I mean, his man-child.
6'8", full beard man-child.
I mean, I don't know. Do you remember his first game? How big that jersey was on him?
Yeah.
I mean, that jersey swallowed him whole.
He'd be a blanket on me.
Yeah, but now, look at him now. He's 20 years in the league. He's considered the best player in the league, hands down. Well, that's a conversation, but that's what it's considered. I mean, they call it pretty much LeBron's league at this point.
Yeah. I'm surprised this wasn't his idea. The tournament. The LeBron and Adam Silver tournament. Like, what the hell? He's like handpicking the teams in each round. And once you make it to the finals, you play against the King.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
And the Knights at the round table.
But, yeah, so let's talk about this tournament a little bit. So it's one and done. Once you lose, you're out. You're out the tournament. But if you win, you get every player on the team.
Okay.
This is the crazy part. If you win, of course, you get bragging rights for the whole year. Yeah, which everyone's gonna do it. Is gonna brag about it. But you also get $500,000.
$500,000.
$500,000.
Just to do what they already paying you for.
500,000. $500,000.
Wow.
Zero.
And keep in mind, to them, it's like, oh, we get a little Christmas bonus.
Yeah. Enough to buy, half of a city. Damn near.
What they should do, if you really want to take it to the Twilight Zone, have the same so have the teams in the tournament, whatever the bracket, however you want to do it, except instead of the players playing, they would just pull random fans from the crowd, and they will play, and they'd win $500,000. I'd watch that. I'd go to every game. But hopefully I get picked.
Heck yeah. Shoot. Give me the chance. Remember that.
Shoot from half court like,
years ago, this is kind of off, but it's still about basketball. Years ago, someone watching the game, he won the chance to shoot a basket and win, I think it was either $1 million or $500,000.
Oh, man, my heart was jumping on my chest.
He made the basket. And then the NBA gave him the runaround. So
they didn't pay him?
They didn't pay him. So was it Jordan or LeBron? One of the two. Actually went to the NBA and said, no. He made that basket. You need to pay him or we're going to have some issues.
Like, listen, LeBron, you're the king, but we run this, all right? Yeah. Listen, we'll pay him what we say we're going to pay him.
Apparently no, because they cut him a check right after that.
Wow. That's insane. I feel like they don't do that anymore now. They don't do $500,000 half-court shots.
They don't.
To people that look like they can play basketball. Like, can he play?
The only tournament shots you get now is like college level, and that's just for like
a
$1,000 scholarship or something like that. Yeah, they don't get nothing back. Now, okay, for the Final Four, they do have a big make a basket, thing going on then, and you get like I think $50,000 scholarship, something like that.
Hey, honestly, that's what we should be doing. We should just be going around to college games and
putting
our names in the half court raffle.
Hey, I'm down. We can shoot. if we get like 1,000 from like 4 of them, hey, that's the salary for a month. Let's do it.
Hey, let's do it. Too bad Tampa don't got a basketball team. Guess we're going to Orlando.
Oh man, but hey, I'm not gonna lie. And those who know me, know I'm a football fan. I watch football. They know I don't really. I like basketball, but I don't really watch it until like the championships.
Right.
But right now, I'm watching basketball because these players are playing. And they are playing their hearts out for this $500,000. And the thing is, these players make millions. But the fact of
it's bragging rights,
it's something. It's like, hey, look,
even though it's still the same game, it's something different.
It's something different, and they brought a change up. NFL is trying to change. No, they're not going to, and they're not going to do a tournament. But they're talking about adding more games.
Oh, again?
Yeah. Now talking about adding games either Friday or Saturday. I think Friday.
Yo, just make it every day at this point. It's already Monday, Sunday, Thursday.
In Germany, in England.
Germany. Yeah, like what was that about? They probably got paid to go to the game and wear.
And where did they like?
We have jerseys,
free jerseys.
Yeah, jerseys under the seats. Like, all right, fans, before we go live on TV, let's make sure you have your jerseys on for the Miami Dolphins and Kansas City, even though you've never been to either one of those.
The Americans, they pay $80 for these jerseys. Here, for free. Here you go.
Free. Oh my God. Either way, it's a lot going on in the sports world. A lot of drama. A lot of excitement. I love the fall season. You get a little bit of everything. Baseball's over. Fantastic. That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Almost.
Yeah. Who is it? Who won? Not the Texans.
I don't know.
Some team. It was a team who hasn't won ever, and now it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the team, but, that's.
Was it Texas Cowboys?
It was. I think it was the Texas team. It wasn't the Was it the Rangers? It might have been the Rangers. See, and now I'm gonna.
How do they call it the Texas Rangers?
It was the Rangers. Yeah, so
it's like a real position.
Yeah, I know. But they finally won. And they had bragging rights because unlike Houston, who won it last year, they did it without cheating. Allegedly.
Maybe Texas needs their own baseball league.
Yeah. But anyway,
you ready for the Florida?
And we're still here. I was about to say welcome back.
We're still here.
But we're still here.
We're still here.
So as you can tell, we've kind of changed things around a little bit. The reason why we're doing that is because, of course, we're going to do What the Florida. And we're going to have, of course, my co-host Rock play against a representative from Vibes, who's also going to tell you a little about something else. Is going to be playing against my co-host. Let's see if we can stump him.
So right now I'm undefeated. Yeah, you'll see. Nah, I'm kidding.
But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But before we jump into that, let me go ahead and introduce Cam. Cam, a representative of Vibes. Go ahead and tell us a little about yourself.
Alrighty, hey, I'm Cam from Vibes Vapor 2 over here located in Progress Village. We're over here partnering with Sean and his team for this monthly contest. Different giveaways. Hey, Sean, would you like to explain the contest?
Sure. So this is a pretty nice little simple contest. So every month, starting this month,
just like a period.
Yep, with Riverview, partnering with Vibes Vapor, is going to be giving away a prize from Vibes. Actually, I'm gonna go get the prize so you can kind of see.
You must be 21 or older. Just a heads up.
Yeah, 21 or older.
Unless you're getting a soda or something, then yeah, I guess.
And it's a pretty simple contest. So we're gonna give you a code. The code is, go ahead and write it down. It's TWR. So it's the abbreviation of our show. TWR.
TWR. Okay.
Review, TWR. And it's the episode number. This will be episode 1.
For this, we'll say 143.
I think 143. So
143.
So TWR 143. You're gonna give that when you come into Vibes. You give that number to who's ever at the cashier. They're gonna write down your name and that you bought something. And whoever buys the most items. Now here, let me clarify this. Not who spends the most money.
Buys the most items.
It's not about the most money. It's who buys the most individual items. That person will win this prize. Give me a second. I'm gonna get the prize for you.
So, he's really about to go get it.
I'm gonna get the prize.
Yeah.
He gonna go get it if he came back with like a
incense sticks don't count.
Yeah, I was about to say I just buy that whole setup. So the prize is a vase.
Yeah.
All right.
As you can see, that is a very beautiful water. What's they call it?
What do you call these things?
It's a water.
Water pipe.
Water pipe.
Water pipe.
Yeah. So what we have
Filtration.
right here, it's a nice, as you can see,
water pipe.
Very nice.
It's a legendary piece. Has this nice
multi-use.
Yep, nice multi-use. You could take this out, put a rig attachment in.
Yep.
And you actually got this nice down stem right here that's actually engraved legendary.
Yep.
Right here.
Oh, that is nice.
And that will stay
that is
that
nice.
clean too, by the way.
That is nice.
If you use it the way it's not supposed to be used, it will stay crystal clear and very transparent. Christmas is coming up, all right? We all got a friend that,
and just so you know, this is not a cheap little water
it's
pipe.
not.
This thing retails about $200.
Exactly.
So you come in, spend a little bit, and you can win yourself a $200 water pipe.
$200 water pipe.
So
damn, that's a lot. I'm like, am I eligible to play this game? Like, God damn. I don't think everyone is some reward points at Smoothie King. Like, yeah.
So I'm gonna go over it again. The person who comes in and buys the most items in the month. So once the show is aired, we will announce the winner on the next show.
Yep.
Whoever comes in and spends and buys the most items wins this prize. Now remember, the code is TWR143. All right, that's the code. You come in and give them that code, and they're gonna know you watch the show. They're gonna know you play in the contest, and they're gonna record your information.
Yep.
Thanks to Vibes for partnering up with us for the contest. We appreciate it.
No problem.
And so, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into What the Florida.
What the Florida, baby?
All right.
Are you from Florida?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so you should know this should be easy for you then.
See, you say that, but you got to realize that, wasn't your father in the military too?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's been around.
Yeah.
He ain't just been stationed
All over
here.
the place.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. All right. Fair enough.
So, let's go ahead and kind of tell you how the contest goes. I've got to stop saying so. I've realized I say so a lot.
You say so a
I
lot.
say so a lot. I do really
You
do.
say so or you say so?
I
common
think
word.
both. I think
You
both.
say so
I
a
think
lot. It's a good filler word. Yeah, it's a good filler word.
It's better.
So-
it's better than
Yeah, you can
better-
even like
better
stretch
than
it out.
It's
So
better than
Or
yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
Yeah.
At least you know I'm going to say something when I say so.
yeah, I mean,
But anyway, here's how the contest goes. So I'm going to read 3 different Florida stories. You're not going to guess.
what the Florida goes.
You're not,
See, caught him slipping.
I'm going to read 3 different Florida stories. You do not guess until after I read all 3 stories.
Okay.
You're going to play against each other. You have to decide if the story happened in North Florida, Middle Florida, or South Florida. North Florida is Jacksonville to Pensacola. Middle Florida is Ocala to basically I-4.
Okay.
And everything below I-4 is South Florida.
All right.
All right?
All right,
Pretty
cool,
simple.
cool.
Pretty
Right.
simple. Now, like I say, he's from Florida, so let's see if that helps him out a little bit. It hasn't helped anybody out before.
Yeah. No.
But we're going to.
It's almost like a curse.
Yeah, it really is. Because they
overthink it. Yeah, they overthink it,
Like,
you know?
way off. But we'll
I'm
see.
coming from like a tourist standpoint, but like,
Exactly.
obviously that's Miami. I've seen plenty of movies.
All right. First Florida story. Florida man drinks bleach in court.
Oh, man.
After being found guilty of armed robbery. Like, how's that going to help your case? Really?
He could have had
How's that
like
gonna
maybe he had some drugs in his system, was cleaning his system
I
out.
already know what that guy.
This is crazy. Florida man Jermaine Bell is recovering in the hospital after he drank a
Jermaine.
cup of bleach when he was found guilty in court. As he heard the verdict on the armed robbery charges against him, 38-year-old Bell was recorded, on camera, drinking from a cup that contained a bleach-like chemical that immediately made him sick. Bell, who has been in custody for over 3 years, was taken out of the courtroom on a stretcher. While he has survived the incident, that's good, members of his family have questioned how he was able to bring the bleach into the courtroom in the first place. But yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You get patted down before you leave your
And also,
cell.
like-
They pat you down before you go to court.
What?
They pat you down like a million times. So how you gonna get in something that
It's crazy.
it's coffee? Coffee
Oh,
don't
it's
smell like
bleach,
that.
yeah.
Their way.
What are you stealing it from the janitor in the courthouse? Like, hey man, you got
What are
any
you
bleach?
doing?
Yeah, somebody's bleeding. We need some bleach to clean
What
it
are you
up.
doing? So I see it goes on. I see him drinking something that's not right. Said Reverend Jerome Starling, a relative of Bell. His attorneys are letting him drink it. Corrections is letting him drink it. All of a sudden, I see him collapse, and I said, "How could this happen?"
How could this
Video of the
happen?
moment he appeared to drink the bleach was recorded by Bell's cousin, who didn't identify herself by name. She's like, I ain't getting in this.
Well, I don't understand.
I'm not getting in this.
I don't understand this. Like, how much of a failure do you have to be to not drink a lethal amount? Like, you just basically just got sick.
You got sick.
Now
Yeah,
you're
you
at the
got sick.
hospital.
Yeah, you gotta
Now
get
it's
your
another
son
2
pumped
years
on
on your sentence. Oh my
They're probably
god.
not time off. Like, you stupid.
Yeah, imagine. Yeah, as soon as you get in the pen, like, look, there go Bleach Boy. That's Bleach Boy. Yeah, he tried to poison himself with some cleaner, and all he did was flush his system.
Craziness. So, but that is. Wait 1 second. At one moment during the courtroom drama, an officer approached Bell and attempted to get him to spit out the liquid. Additional footage shows
Like
him
when your
in
dog
serious
eats something.
pain as he's taken out of the courtroom on a stretcher. The situation is currently under investigation by the police department. First story.
Okay.
Second Florida story. Drunk, of course he is.
Right.
Drunk Florida man drops his pants, yells, "Where's my weapon?" while exposing himself to deputies. Yeah, okay.
Wow.
A Florida man was taken to jail for reportedly exposing himself to deputies, and it was all caught, of course, on body camera. They need to start releasing these body camera footage more.
I mean, that's a threat.
I bet there's
He
some
could have
funny
an
stuff on there.
STD. You know, that's a
saying.
deadly weapon.
I'm saying that's. Hey, you're right. Hey, that's gonna syphilades. I'm just saying.
Kind of syphilades.
Back up. Florida deputies arrested 40-year-old Sean Madden on charges of exposure of sexual organs, assault on an officer, disorderly intoxication, because of course he was drunk, and resisting an officer without violence following a confrontation on Sunday.
Resisting without violence.
Yeah, he did everything
Go ahead,
else.
arrest me if you want. Like, oh,
He did
God,
everything
man,
else.
shoot this dude.
Yeah. Deputies were called out to his home after receiving a report of a man acting belligerent and arguing with a woman in the roadway. Because, of course, when they arrived, they found a shirtless man, later identified as Madden, acting in an aggressive manner, screaming and threatening to fight deputies. Fish says in the news release, "How much have you had to drink?" A deputy could be heard asking him on body cam because he's had a lot. Let's go. I'm swinging on everybody. Madden could be heard telling deputies. "What's going on, bud? Can we talk about it?" A deputy asked. "Talk about what?" Madden replied. "What did I effing do?" Man continued, "I ain't brandishing yet." Before dropping his pants down to deputies, the video showed, "Where's my weapon?"
Wow.
Shortly after the
Like,
man
I see
got
why
on
you
the
mad.
Shortly after the man got on the ground and surrendered to deputies. He is currently being held on a $2,000 bond. Second Florida story.
All right.
All right. Third and final Florida story. Florida man hits haunted house host with a BB gun. Thought he was a statue.
Yeah, he's definitely black. That's a black thing. I
He thought he was a
don't like being scared.
Florida man Ingus Schosser,
Ingus?
yep, allegedly struck a terrified actor in the eye with his airsoft gun and laughed when he realized the victim was not a statue.
Phew, I'm glad you're real.
Halloween ended in a felony arrest for a 20-year-old Florida man who got tricked during a visit to a local haunted house. Ingus Schusser, who donned an FBI jacket, body armor, and carrying an airsoft BB gun resembling a Glock pistol,
Wow.
entered the Florida home of a 47-year-old man hosting a free haunted house event, according to the criminal complaint. The haunted house was advertised with the question, "Are you brave enough to make it through the manor and get some treats?" The front lawn of the house was decorated to appear as a cemetery. Inside the home, police said Schosser, who is 6'4", weighs 210 pounds,
Oh, you big dude.
went around a corner to where the victim was standing. The victim was wearing a costume but was not acting as a scaring player at the time, according to the
It's
complaint.
just my outfit.
After seeing the costume individual, Schusser reportedly turned away, grabbed his airsoft gun, and then struck the victim in the eye with the gun's
man.
handle, causing significant injury under the host's eye, the complaint detailed. Schusser told the victim he thought he was a statue, as per the police report. After realizing he had hit a person, not a decoration, Schusser allegedly began laughing and was not apologetic. This
Yeah,
complaint
first of all,
said.
why would there be a statue inside the house?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Life-size statue.
Some people,
But then again, who throws a free haunted house, come inside my house to get some candy? That's some pedophile stuff right there.
Schusser, of course, was arrested and charged with aggravated battery and possession of a bulletproof vest during the commission of a felony. Both felonies. His airsoft gun was confiscated. He was arrested and released on a $15,000 bond.
How do you get arrested? Like, He would have shot him like, well, I should probably leave right now then. Like, you just wait around for the cops to arrest you in your costume.
You're in a costume anyway. They don't even know who you are.
Bro, if you want to get away with anything, do it on a Halloween weekend. This dude got arrested.
Halloween is the new purge day.
Oh my God.
You get away with anything. Just put on a mask. Hey, I'm going crazy.
You think the cops showed up like, yeah, we're actually real cops. Yeah, this is not a joke.
This isn't fake.
Oh,
These are
man.
real.
Still stuck on the name Angus.
Yeah, that's the name.
I think you said dingus at first.
So anyway,
Like,
that being said, all right, first Florida story. Florida man who drinks the bleach. Where is he from? Where did the story? Where did it happen?
Okay, so you want to go first? I'll go first. I'll show you. Okay, so Florida man that drank the bleach in court and didn't die, just got sick and still got sentenced. I'm going to say that always sounds like some Pinellas County stuff. So I'm gonna say Central Florida.
Okay.
You don't have to give a reasoning why. You can just say Central Florida or South.
I'm thinking more Jacksonville.
Thinking Jacksonville. Okay, so you're thinking North Florida.
Yeah.
Duval
All
County.
right. This happened in Miami. Miami-Dade. South Florida. Oh, and just so you know, stories can't happen in the same area. Two or three stories can all be in the same area.
So basically what he's saying is most likely these next two stories, one of them is going to be in the same area.
maybe not. But I'm still gotta drop that little bit of information. All right, second story. The man who said, the Florida man who said, where's my weapon after he dropped his pants. Where did that happen at?
All right, I'll let you go.
That one's a hard one.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
Yeah, especially when she saw him drop his pants.
Honestly, I'm going to go with my same answer, Jacksonville. They got a lot of crazy,
Okay.
activities, festivities going on up in Jacksonville.
Okay.
I mean, you're not wrong. I live there. So, I know. You're not wrong. They have their moments.
I think this is a trick. I'm going to go South.
You're going to go south.
Yeah.
Okay. So this happened in Palm Coast, which is Central Florida.
Man.
I think the next one's going to be Central Florida.
Yeah, I'm going South regardless on this last one.
So we've had South, we've had Central. Let's see where the last and final one's going to be at. Final Florida story. The Florida man who, Florida man named Ingus, who hit somebody at a haunted house because he thought he was a statue.
Oh, man. Well, since you're our guest, I'll let you guess last.
Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida. That's a good guess. That's a great guess.
Tampa. Okay.
So for there to be a winner, somebody has to at least get one right. I'm going to go South again. I'm sticking with my guns.
Okay. Pretty close. Having a Seminole County.
Which is...
That's Central Florida.
Close enough.
Not Seminole County, but having a Seminole Florida. St. Pete area.
Did I lose?
Oh, St. Peter.
Yeah, Central Florida.
So I won then.
You won, yeah. Wait, what? He won?
Yeah, you got one right. Got one right.
I don't know, man. Y'all was back there a while. Y'all could have been trading.
You went 0 for 0, right? Oh, man.
Yeah, I went 0 for 3.
0.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well. Anyway.
Right. Well, before we go,
Congrats.
Thank you for coming.
I wish I had something to give you, but, money's tight around here.
Well, we want to thank you for coming on the show. Anything you want to say about Vibes or yourself before you leave?
No, but if you guys are ever in the area, in Progress Village area, come stop at Vibes 2. Ask for Cam. Ask for any of the other employees. And we'll hook you up and take care of you.
All right.
Make sure you ask for a raise, too, because that's free marketing for them right there. So you just exactly.
Hey, you're now the advertising manager.
Exactly.
All right. Anything is wrong?
No, man. I'm just happy it's Friday. I'm a little concerned about, my team, my Michigan boys up there with everything that's going on. But that's fuel to the fire. Like I said, I'm happy it's November. It really feels like fall. I'm excited for Thanksgiving. And, I'm excited for this promotion that we got going on. And, I want to see if anybody actually want to know who wins. And
I know. I can't wait.
You know what I mean?
Who wins this week. That's going to be good. Now, if you don't smoke or if you don't partake, it's okay.
They got
put some flowers in it.
Yeah.
I don't care. But look, it's a nice piece of glass. Someone put a lot of work into it.
High quality.
You can resell it. Just kidding. No.
So, if you don't want it, tell your friends. Mm-hmm. They might want it, but just put it out there. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the show. But I want to say thank you again to Vibes Vapor 2, to the management and the owners of Vibes. You guys have been nothing but showing us love here at the Weekly Review. We do appreciate that, and love the fact we now have a partnership moving forward. So thank you for that. Thank you for Cam for coming on the show. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And with that, Anything else?
No, that is it. Happy Friday.
I got one last thing to say.
Oh, yeah, do you think?
This Michigan hat, roll Tide.
Oh,
We don't even got no beef with Alabama. Like, we don't even fight you
I'm
guys.
Alabama alumni, so.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I didn't even go to Michigan,
hey,
so I'm just
boo.
I'm a bandwagon fan. Like, yeah, go blue. What school you go to? Oh, it is Aquinas.
Clemson better. Anyway, this has been the Riverview of Sean Rock. I am Sean the Getting Taurus.
And it's your boy Rock the Mic. Peace.
Thanks for listening.
Boom.